Sri Najeeb Kanthapuram MLA, other distinguished speakers. I am speaking in English not because I am a foreign service officer, but because of a culture that I have developed. That wherever there are civil service candidates, you must speak in English. Because that is the biggest deficiency of our candidates. Unfortunately, our children are not exposed to conversational English. This morning I volunteered to come and speak to a group almost as big as this one. And they were very hesitant to ask questions. And then one of the organizers very helpfully told me, tell them that they can also ask in Malayalam, then they will ask. I said, no, I am not going to speak in Malayalam. Because this is one principle I follow. Because what we need, even if there are 10 candidates for civil service are present, even if the others don't understand, I speak in English. But I know that everyone understands English here. When I first came here, having seen this village and having seen the surroundings of this place, I said this academy will become the 8th wonder of the world. It is indeed so. There is no equivalence to this. Nobody has done this anywhere in the world. Because really, as Sangeet said, it created out of nothing, except a vision. And this time when I came and I saw this building, I think we need to change the name of our chairman. He should not be Najeeb, but it should be Shah Jahan. The way he is building, the whole world thinks that Shah Jahan is the greatest builder in the world. And I was astonished that last year this was not here and this much has been done. When I think of this institute, I think of what happened in northern India about 20 years ago. In UP, Bihar, there is a community called Kayasthas. Could be the equivalent of kind of Nayars in Kerala. What has happened to the Nayars we know, and the same thing happened to the Kayasthas. They lost their power, land reforms have removed their capacity to hold land, and 20 years ago they got together, the leaders of the community, and said, what do we do to recover our lost glory? What is it that we can do for our young people to take charge of this country and this city and this state? And someone said, send them to civil service academies. You know that we make so much fuss about elections. If Najeeb is elected as MLA, he has only 5 years. After 5 years, he has to come back and seek election again. So to give him the administrative power for 5 years, we make so much fuss. But when you get Dilip Kainikara into the IAS, he is going to rule this country for 37 to 38 years. Do we realize that? And he does not have to go to any election, he doesn't have to go after politicians or voters. So we are entrusting, catching them young and entrusting with the responsibility of the future. So they decided, consciously, as a community, they decided to dispatch all their graduates to New Delhi, put them in the trains, tickets or no train tickets, and they went to Delhi. And that resulted in the building of a particular street in Delhi. I don't know how many of you have heard about it. It is called Mukherjee Street or Banerjee Street, I wonder. And many institutions came up. Every road you will find institutions. How are they built? The lowest portion is a printing place. They can print notes, etc. The second floor is a classroom, very crowded. And the third floor, they live there. So there are hundreds of these homes have been built in this Mukherjee Street. And in the last 30 years, the nature of the union's central secretariat has changed. It used to be Mr. Nair and Mr. Pillai and Mr. Joseph there, but now none of them. It is all Sinhas and Pandas and Pandyas, all of them. And this is a revolution that they have created. Out of what? Only a dream and a vision. Because once you have that, nothing can stop you. So I am thinking of the same situation, that what he has done is to create a revolution which is the core of India's administration. The Indian civil service, whether it is IAS, IFS or anything else, is meant to create people of great quality. It is not like passing other examinations. You can never say who will win and who will not win, because there are many talents which are underlying in each one of you. So that is why you might find a boy who has not so well in academics might get into the civil service. So there are certain qualities and there are certain attributes that are essential for the civil service. And that can come up only if you have an ideal to follow, if you have a model to follow, and that is the model that he has been able to establish. This is why I am so excited about this academy. I have myself run an academy, not in these terms, but I know exactly how difficult it is to get the right teachers, to get the students, to get everything organized. So, and Trivandrum is difficult enough, but how much more difficult it would be to do it here. And that is what he has proved. So we should thank him not simply as an educationist, but as a nation builder, as a builder of the people of the state. Because when you become a civil service officer, I say that it's like a pupa becoming a butterfly. When you see a pupa on the floor, you will probably step on it, right? But if it flies out as a butterfly, you will not harm it. You will try to go and catch it. That's what happens. Overnight, look at these three people who have gone to New Delhi. When they come back, if they are civil servants already, you will receive them with open arms. You may not have cared to look at them. Because when they come back, they don't change themselves. They change their family, they change the society, they change the village, and it's really a transformation. So someone who is taking the examination and someone who has passed out the examination, there's a huge difference. I myself experienced it. When I went for the interview to Delhi, I got a third-class ticket and got into a train. There was nobody in the railway station. But as it happened, I was one of the last to have the interview. And while I was traveling back in the train for 5 days, those days from Delhi to Trivandrum, the results came. I did not know. The results came and people came to know that I had the 6th rank in India. And I was cool. But when I came to the railway station, there was a huge crowd of 500 people waiting there to receive me. I was so astonished. I said, what have I done? Of course, many of them were also brought the pictures of their daughters to get them married to me. So I tell my candidates who are in my class, they say, forget everything till your service, this examination is over. Not even romance. All the romance you want, you will get the moment you pass this examination. That really inspires them. I say that, yeah, now you are the pupae, but you will one day become the butterflies. So that transformation, you have to see it to believe it. They themselves become very conscious of their capabilities. They themselves decide to be committed to the nation. Look at these young IAS officers today when there are all these problems in the state. They work 24 hours. It is not that they are working for money or power or prestige. They are dedicated to it. So this is a new group of people you are shaping in this academy. This is something that the parents should be conscious of and all others should be. So this transformation, this revolution is what you are doing. And I am so glad it is progressing. Maybe next year when I come there will be another building, because you are Shah Jahan. And that is what I expect. So this is a revolution that he has caused and we should all be grateful to him and his supporters. I am not saying that he is doing it alone. And the confidence that he has evoked in everybody, encouraging us to join him, is really a wonder which we must appreciate. I thank him once again for inviting me, and I must say I enjoyed 2 hours that I spent with the students this morning, and I was very impressed. I volunteered myself. I thanked them. I said, you didn't ask me to come. I just came myself. I said, I'm coming all the way to Perinthalmanna. Why only ceremonial speech? Why not do something more important? And I was quite astonished at the way in which they received it. And I'm glad that we are all ready for an exciting time. Thank you very much.